They say, oh, you know what? I don't really want a man who's jacked. Oh, I like the dad bod better. I like the dad bod. This is what they always say, guys. And you believe it. You are playing yourself, bro. You're playing yourself, bro. Stop playing yourself, please, bro. What is it that he's lacking? And she'll say, probably that you've never given her an orgasm. You've never made her orgasm. They want you to make them feel like no other man can do to them what you do to them. Because while she's having sex with you, the one who's out of shape, unhealthy, the one who doesn't take his life seriously, and his word is not respected, she's thinking about somebody else. She's thinking about that guy who gave her the best sexual experience ever. It facilitates the change in a woman's mind and the primal instinct that she has to want to always be satisfied by you and only you. Because if you haven't unlocked that from a woman, you'll never have that exclusivity from her. She'll always have something else going on, always be entertaining other text messages, other Instagram messages, guys calling her, and she'll hide it. She'll be behind your back doing all this stuff, and you'll be thinking that she's your girl. Guys, she's not your girl. And if you don't have this complete and absolute sexual devotion to you, man, I'm telling you, you're in for a rude awakening. You see, before I got jacked, I was invisible to women. And you probably feel the same way right now watching this video. You feel like when a woman talks to you, maybe she just ends up finding somebody else and then you get your heart broken. Well, that's how I felt when I was in your situation. And it's something that's very peculiar because once you get jacked, women immediately start to treat you differently. And the treatment is not just something very subtle. It's not something that you won't notice. It's actually night and day. It's a night and day difference. And me getting jacked actually showed me this firsthand. And it was a rude awakening because I realized that all the years that I was staying and having a normal physique, I was just wasting. I was wasting the quality of life improvements that I could have made. I was wasting all of the good times in life that I could have had because when people treat you differently, you start to feel like you're in a different category, in a different class of person. So once you get jacked, as you get jacked, you begin to elevate the level of self-respect that you have. And when you have self-respect, it's something that people can see, and especially women. Women can sense it. They have a natural, primal instinct to sense things in men. Although they don't fully understand us, they are able to sense things that are very subtle, extremely subtle, and things that are on the subconscious level in our minds that we don't even understand ourselves. You see, before when you spoke to women, your words actually wouldn't get to them. You feel like they just go in one ear and out the other. You'd say something to a woman and her actions would not actually represent what she said with her words. But now once you're jacked, this changes. Although female nature doesn't change, but the frequency at which a woman will go back on what she says or flake on you or start to just say that, oh, you know what, I'm going to do something else, that starts to diminish. And almost every one of your encounters with women now becomes something where you have a high likelihood, very, very high likelihood of conquering that woman. What I mean by conquering that woman is just taking her to a level where she now wants to be with you. Now she wants to be around you and you're not chasing her. She starts to chase you. This is a level that very few men will get to. But once I got to this level, it made dating, it made checking out women, it made my interactions with the opposite sex so much easier. This is what I want you guys to have in your life. I want you to have the same experiences because life is made to be lived to the fullest as men. We are made as it is written in the image of God. So why would you have a subpar, mediocre life? You're supposed to have the best life that could ever be lived. And if you're not striving to make that a reality for your life, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. You're just being complacent. And eventually, you'll pay for it. You guys are living like, if we were in a simulation, you're living like the people who are in the crowd, who all they do is cheer for other people, do things for other people, kiss up to other people, and do nothing for themselves. So what are you doing? Why aren't you doing things for yourself? Why aren't you putting yourself first? That's what you should be doing. Because if not, you will be last. If you're not first, you are last. Again, I'll say it again. If you're not first, you're last. But women will try to treat you differently. Women will start to actually consider everything you do, and they'll start to seek you out. They'll start to understand, try to understand everything you say. They'll process everything, and they'll not take your word for granted. They won't take you for granted. You start to become the prize, so to speak. And this is all to say that when you get jacked, you finally become visible. So how are you going to become visible to a woman if you don't even physically and visually look good? You see, women make up lies. They make up things that are coping strategies, coping mechanisms. They say, oh, you know what? I don't really want a man who's jacked. Oh, I like the dad bod better. I like the dad bod. This is what they always say, guys, and you believe it. It's because you haven't been taught to do what I'm saying right now. You haven't been trained in a way that is the proper way to think, which is knowing that when your physique is at the tip top shape, in the best shape that it can be, you start to become treated with respect by women. So people who see women with men who are fat, you see that on the street, a man who is chubby or just has a dad bod, whatever, she is 1000% getting one thing from him that's not, at least one thing from him that is not anything sexual. So it's not based on sexual desire. She doesn't have a burning sexual desire for him. And once you get that burning sexual desire from women, you know that you're in the right state because your body will be in tip-top shape. That's what happened to me when I got jacked. Everything changed with women. And my perception of the woman's sexual attraction for me was night and day. And her sexual attraction for me, the women that I would encounter, their sexual attraction for me was just out of this stratosphere. It gets to the point where you can't even keep up with a woman in terms of having sex and just being extremely sexually active and having a high libido. Women have a very, very, very high sex drive. And it's even higher than men, arguably. However, if you're not in a top physical shape, you'll never, ever unlock that from her. You'll never see that side of a woman. If somebody asked you both, you're in an interview, and they asked her first, what is it that you want your boyfriend, you, to do for you? What is it that he's lacking? And she'll say, probably, that you've never given her an orgasm. You've never made her orgasm. This is what a lot of women silently complain about in their heads. They silently have to put up with because they're getting something else out of you. But what they really want is for you to make them extremely turned on. They want you to make them feel like no other man can do to them what you do to them. Once you have that from a woman, you unlock a level and a area in her brain that she can never forget. Because while she's having sex with you, the one who's out of shape, unhealthy, the one who doesn't take his life seriously, and his word is not respected, once she is having sex with you, she's thinking about somebody else. She's thinking about that guy who gave her the best sexual experience ever. And you're not going to be able to do that with a woman if you can't even look down and see past the big belly that you got and see your freaking dick, cousin. You're just playing yourself if you think that a woman is sexually attracted to you if you are skinny fat, if you don't have big old arms, if you don't have, a nice V-taper or something going, at least have some slightly visible abs, have some cap shoulders. You are playing yourself, bro. You're playing yourself, bro. Stop playing yourself, please, bro. You see, we're in different times. We're almost near the M times by the way this is going, okay? Because although women's biology, their anatomy hasn't changed, their social norms have, and their way that they think has changed. But the way that they're primarily attracted to a man has not, and it'll never change. It'll never change. Yeah, there might be social patterns that change the dynamics between men and women. However, one thing that will never fail you, one thing that you'll never have to have some kind of doubts about is the fact that women will be attracted to you when you're lean, when you are jacked, and they'll take your word seriously. They will not flake on you. They'll flake on you less rather, and they will actually heed what you say. Okay? Because what you want is a woman to actually have her actions match what her words say. So once you have that congruency with the woman, you unlock that. You have her. And we're not here to just try to keep women or retain women, and that doesn't matter. Okay, women will come and go in your life, but you want to be respected by the person that you're with. You want to be respected by the person who claims and who you claim has your back, or who you claim you're providing for and are the provider for. How are you going to even be able to say with confidence that that's your girl and that's not somebody else's girl when you can't even keep her in a state where she's sexually infatuated with you? She getting jacked is what does all of this. It facilitates the change in a woman's mind and the primal instinct that she has to want to always be satisfied by only you, by you and only you. Because if you haven't unlocked that from a woman, you'll never have that exclusivity from her. She'll always have something else going on, always be entertaining other text messages, other Instagram messages, guys calling her, and she'll hide it. She'll be behind your back doing all this stuff, and you'll be thinking that she's your girl. Guys, she's not your girl. And if you don't have this complete and absolute sexual devotion to you, man, I'm telling you, you're in for a rude awakening. And that's just the name of the game, guys. I didn't make up the rules. I'm the messenger telling you what the rules are. Okay? I'm not the person who made the rules. You have to realize and accept this and make a change in your life. You have to try and improve your life and do it in a methodical way. And once you do it, your entire experience with women will be completely different. It will actually turn into something where you are having an enjoyable experience with women. Right now, it's painful, guys. It's painful if you're, dealing with women or trying to deal with women. It's a painful experience. I know how it is. I've been there before. That's why I'm talking to you through this camera lens, because I want this to get through to your head. This is not something where I'm making this stuff up. You've probably seen a million other people talk about this, but I'm telling you this right here and now. Now, this is the truth. This is what I can attest to from my own life experience, and this is what I want for you also. Okay, women will now put things aside in their lives, going out with their friends, being promiscuous, trying to do things that pleasure themselves and don't serve you at all. They'll start to try and put things aside just to be with you, just to hang out with you, just to talk to you. And when they can't talk to you, they're missing you, they're yearning you, they want you. This is what you want. This is called burning desire from a woman, and you can only do that if you unlock that sexual attraction from her by being as fit as possible. You have to also be very capable in other aspects of your life and competent in other aspects of your life. But confidence comes from being competent. If you're not competent, you're incompetent in anything in life. You'll never be confident in pursuing it. You'll never be confident in women if you cannot be competent in your physique and what you do and how you look. So once you look good, guys, it changes. Everything changes. And these are the things that I wish somebody had told me before. I wish somebody had told me these things a long time ago. And I'm telling you guys right now, if you need help, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. And before you leave the video, ask yourself this one question: what will my legacy be? I'll talk to you guys in the next video.